I don't know what in the world made me think about this, just because it's written down on the wrong time of the year, I suppose. But what is the best kind of trailers you can use on jigs and spinnerbaits in cold, cold water? Whoa! That's a beauty. Good morning, guys and girls. A little windy out here this morning. August 18, we're going to be looking at Mark 8:36. This is really a good one. I mean, I'm telling you, this is a good one right here. I love it. Mark 8:36 says, "It is worthless for them to have the whole world if they lose their souls." That's Jesus talking. Jesus said, "It is worthless for them to have the whole world if they lose their souls." What's your most prized fishing possession? By the way, if you're not subscribed to the Catch of the Day channel, subscribe to the Catch of the Day channel right now. Subscribe to that channel. We post a video every morning at 5 o'clock. What's your most prized fishing possession? Your Ranger boat? Your best super caster reel? Your tackle boxes full of lures? Your fishing trophies and your awards? Think about it. Think about it. What if you could double or even triple or have 100 times more of that prized possession? 100 times more. What kind of price would you pay? How much effort would you put into out there to get that? Would you give your soul? Would you give your soul? Of course not, is what most folks would answer. Of course not. No way would I give my soul for 100 Ranger boats, for thousands of tackle boxes. Yet many have, and many will. We often fail in setting our priorities. Our most prized possession is our soul, because our soul will live forever. This body's going to die, be buried and put in a box and put 6 feet under. When they do that, the soul's already gone. It's ours to keep. Our soul is ours to keep with Jesus, or it's ours to lose to Satan. It's a choice that every single solitary one of us must make. We got to make that choice. Whether you're a believer in God or an agnostic, you still got to make that choice. Here's the deal. Most folks already have. Most folks already have. Most folks have already chosen Jesus Christ or Satan, heaven or hell. If you haven't made that choice, you got to. I chose heaven. I chose Jesus when I was 12 years old. Doesn't matter if you're 12 or 22 or 42 or 102. God will take you. God will save you. God will save your soul for an eternity with Him in a place that we can only imagine. Heaven. Heaven. Golly. What a great, great devotion. Our tip for today, pork trailers. That's right, pork trailers on jigs and spinnerbaits work better than soft plastics in cold water. And the reason they do that is they've got more action. They're more pliable, they're softer. In warm summertime, soft plastics gets real soft, and it gets a lot more action to it in the summertime. But as the water gets colder, that plastic has a tendency to stiffen up a little bit, and it doesn't have quite as much action. Now, it used to, before soft plastic was developed, that's all we used was pork trailers on our spinnerbaits and jigs. It's more difficult to find now, but there are still some out there on the marketplace, and it works really well during the wintertime. So if you're out there in some really cold water, you want to add a little bit extra action to your lures, a pork trailer is the way to do it. Now remember, pork trailers will dry out, so they've got to be kept wet. So if you're going to fish with 2 or 3 different rods and you're going to have a pork trailer on each one of them, you're going to have them hanging over the side of the boat. And I've lost a few rods that way, I sure have. But you've got to keep them wet. You've got to fish with them. As a matter of fact, that's kind of a silly thing to say, because in order to catch a fish on any bait, you got to keep it wet. Very seldom will they jump out of the water and grab it. They will, but you got to keep them wet. That's my advice for today too. Keep your baits wet. If you want to catch more bass, keep your baits wet. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. And remember what the most important prized possession you have in your life is your soul. Let's give it to Jesus Christ. And remember,